It's midday. Good afternoon. Here is the world news at a glance on Impact Business Radio, Ibr92.5FM Ibadan. First, the headlines. Finance Minister says federal government has spent over 157 billion naira on second Niger Bridge. Former National Union of Road Transport Workers chairman urged parties to embrace dialogue. Ondo State suspends activities of NURTW in the state. And on the foreign scene, Hong Kong leader Carrie Lam won 6th second term. Now the news in details. I am Anuluakbo Homoride. Nigeria's Minister of Finance Zainab Ahmed says that the federal government has spent over 157 billion naira on the construction of the second Niger Bridge out of the initial cost of 206 billion naira. The federal government had reviewed the initial cost up to about 400 billion naira because of rising inflation. Ahmed disclosed this when she inspected the ongoing construction of the 1.6 kilometer bridge. The minister said her visit was to gain an insight into how the funds released for the construction of the bridge are being utilized. She described the bridge as one of the iconic projects in the country, noting that the second Niger Bridge will uplift the lives and livelihoods of the people of southeast and south-south parts of the country when completed. A former Lagos State chairman of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, Rafiu Olonwa, has called on aggrieved members of the state chapter who are pulled out of the national body to seek honest dialogue in resolving the lingering conflict. In an interview with newsmen in Lagos State today, Olonwa urged the suspended chairman, Musiliu Akinsanya, and his followers to retrace their steps in the main body of the union. Olonwa said the advice became necessary in the interest of peace and progress of the union. He equally urged the national body of the union to be magnanimous enough to accept its estranged Lagos State chairman back into the fold, stressing the supreme importance of dialogue as the best option for dispute resolution. The Ondo State government has suspended activities of the National Union of Road Transport Workers in the state. A management committee has also been set up to oversee the affairs of public parks in the state. This follows the crisis rocking the union. Members of the union last Thursday protested against the alleged interference of the state government in the affairs of the union. The protesters alleged that the state government is planning to impose the immediate past chairman of the union, Jacob Adebo, for his second term in office. Meanwhile, the Lagos State Secretary of the NURTW, Oluwaseyi Bankole, has said that meetings and sale of union tickets has been suspended in the state. As the introduction of state police into the Nigerian policing system seems to be the only solution to curb incessant attacks by terrorists, Nigerians have expressed diverse views that state police may lead to rivalry among the institutions of the state. Here is the report compiled by Taiwo Olariwaju.
The introduction of state police into the Nigerian policing system has been widely suggested as the only solution to curb incessant attacks by terrorists. While some Nigerians affirm that the creation of state police is the only solution to the security challenges facing the nation, others are of the opinion that state police will lead to rivalry among institutions of the same responsibility. Lending his view on the matter, a resident of Ibadan, Olajiri Isiaka, said the clamor for state policing is long overdue. Isiaka, who says security matters should not be left to the federal government alone, called for its extension to state and local government level. He also helped on the need for the government at all levels to employ more security officers across the country.
It has already been long overdue because with what we have seen, presently in the country and the situation of things on ground, I believe that the security matter can not be left to the federal government only. So I think they should extend it to the states also, even to the local government and some areas in the state, because it is the local government that knows the people that is around its place. We have to engage more personnel, like if you travel to other countries, developed countries, the number of personnel that are working as security agents are more than the citizens of the state.
Also speaking, another resident of Ibadan, Ibr92.5FM, called for synergy between the federal police and the state police and maintain the state policing is the best option to rid the nation of crimes.
Let them sit round the table and see to state police that is the best option we can follow this time around, so that we can eliminate all these challenges of insecurity.
It's a very good idea to have the likes of Amutajero, but what I want our government to do on this is they should try and give them, I don't know how to put it, a kind of power to be able to carry sophisticated weapons so that they will be able to combat this insecurity squarely.
However, public affairs analyst Ayo Adesoya disclosed that state policing is the right move, noting that the state actors will abuse the power, using it as a free will to intimidate the people. He added that until things are done right, state policing will not be effective.
For now, my only fear now is the abuse by the, in the process, even at the federal level. For now, there's abuse. We are complaining about brutality. We are criticizing every act that is suppressing people's. Free speech. Are you aware of that? So that's my fear. My fear is the abuse by the, elected public office holder.
Although the call for the creation of state police seems to be the holy way out, federal and state governments must do everything possible to ensure the system is not abused. Taiwo Olariwaju, Impact Business Radio News.
And on the foreign scene, Sri Lanka's cabinet members have offered resignation letters from their positions in response to calls from increasing protest and economic instability and a severe fuel shortage in the South Asian country. Government officials confirmed that all cabinet ministers had handed in their resignation letters, paving way for all political parties to form a new cabinet following discussions held with Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa on Sunday. Officials said Rajapaksa and the state ministers would, however, continue to work in their capacities. The Prime Minister was expected to issue a special statement to the nation, and an invitation will be extended to political parties to join efforts to form a new government. Elsewhere, Hong Kong's leader Carrie Lam has announced that she will not seek a second term in office after a controversial tenure that has seen many of the territory's civil freedoms eroded. As chief executive, Lam oversaw a turbulent period where massive pro-democracy protests led to greater Chinese control in Hong Kong. The 64-year-old leader, who was Beijing's choice in 2017, told newsmen that Beijing had been receptive to her decision. She also revealed that she has informed China about her desire not to seek a second term a year ago, despite refusing in recent times to answer questions about a political future. And to end the news, another look at some of the major items. Finance Minister says federal government has spent over 157 billion naira on second Niger Bridge. Former National Union of Road Transport Workers chairman urged parties to embrace dialogue. Ondo State suspends activities of NURTW in the state. And on the foreign scene, we told you that Hong Kong leader Carrie Lam will not seek a second term in office. The news was produced and edited by Feromi Akimbote, Hayama Anuluwapo, on Monday,